We used to have some plastic knives to have fun with. Do you remember what did we use those plastic knives for? Taking the piss out of IS and all that stuff. We used to put it against your throat like this and behead people.
Well, that video got a strike and banned, you know, by YouTube when they changed their new.
Oh no way, that was a good one.
So I just stuck it straight over on BitChute and posted it back on Facebook.
Did we have the yellow orange shirts on and the?
No, that was where Thingy put the bucket head man.
Oh,
Ian,
yeah, at Jonathan's.
Yes.
Oh, that's a shame. What are we going to talk about? We were going to pretend that we've got knives, yeah? And the ego, you know, I was talking about earlier. You're looking at me. You're looking at me. I'm in a gang. I'm going to kill you. Hold on. Just wait a minute. Who do you think you are in relation to all that is, all that ever was, all that can be? If you're in a gang, you're almost like government, so you're as bad as mind control.
Unfortunately, gangs, basically, it's like a herd. This is herd mentality. This is why they have all these sports. Because you know the sports stadiums, they get there and everyone goes, when they score a goal, for instance, everyone goes, yeah, because they're all in the same herd. So it's herd mentality, and they encourage herd mentality, like at school, because you're easier to control as a herd. They know that you won't go and, oh, I don't want to actually be doing this. I want to be doing something over there.
Oh yeah. Do what you're told, boy. Get in line. Stand up straight. Obey the government. Obey your teacher. Discipline. But I was speaking to my friend yesterday, Callum, about this, and he says, well, KaK, what do you think the solution is? And I said, ultimate self-realisation. That our teachers don't teach the kids anything at all. They ask them, and it's like, well, you can't just ask kids. They don't know anything. Have you ever tried to ask children anything? Right, and I'd ask them in the brain laundries that are run by who?
Government.
You're telling me the people that are violent towards us, that cause wars and murder and death upon this planet, are actually in controls of education?
Yep.
How the hell did that happen?
Because they decided...
You better bleep that, otherwise anybody... you know what YouTube...
They decided to put themselves in charge, and they told us a lie. They said, we'll be in charge of you for your benefit.
Thank you so much, I love you.
By the way,
yeah?
You've just been sanctioned.
Oh, shit. Am I a slave?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, what's the solution? It certainly isn't the government and education, is it? Because that's not working.
Government council's got to go. Got to go.
All over the shit sheets today, the toilet paper, it's got words on it called the media newspapers in the UK.
It's actually called the propaganda papers.
It's got a picture of all these kids that have been killed by stabbing.
Allegedly.
By knife crime. Who is going to benefit from that? Not the gangs, not the kids. Who's going to benefit from that?
The government and the police, because we can then ask for more powers to just stop anyone we like and search you whenever we want to.
Let's start making more guns and knives. Why don't you give them away at school? In fact, Marvin Bush, George Bush's brother, can fit in all these metal detectors in the schools, you know, that you get in hotels and...
Which rip your DNA to pieces.
Oh, fantastic. Let's have body scanners in every school. That's no solution, is it?
No.
Well, let's put another 20 million police on the streets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Teresa. Oh, yes, we can rob the people and pay us even more.
Yeah. But
is it going to solve the problem?
It's irrelevant. We're not into solving problems here in government. We're into causing problems.
Of course they're there for causing problems and violence. And
because then we can offer the solution.
Do what we say. Oh, am I slave? Yes. So you use violence against me if I don't do what you say? Yes. But I thought you were supposed to be our servants. No, we're not. We
just lied to you. We wanted you to believe that we were there for your benefit when actually we're here trying to kill you. And unfortunately, this saying is actually correct in Theresa May's terms.
Well, bugger me. Or not, as the case may be.
We're trying to kill you in the name of the devil!
I thought it was all done in the name of God. We're going to go to war in the name of God.
We're
going to do this.
Is her God.
The devil's a fictitious character in a book
called
the Bible, Basic Information Before Leaving Earth,
But there's a good point that comes out of this, because if you believe that you're worshipping Satan and you're going to hell, guess where you're going when you die?
Certainly not heaven. They're just fictitious places in a book.
Yes, but you've got to be shown that it's fictitious.
Somebody once on subscriber says you are incorrect. The devil is not a fictitious character in a book. And what the bloody hell is it? It's just been made up to control man, and they use violence against you. But really, there are slaves. We're slipping off on one here. What was the video about?
I got no idea.
What was the video about?
We best just keep going with whatever we're doing.
I know what it was about. Knife crime.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Knife and so-called crime. Knife crime. And the deaths of all these young gang members, right? So, it's not their fault. Whose fault is it, Slum?
Government.
Correct.
To remind me I've got my knife.
You got your tool?
Yeah, there.
Okay. So basically, the kids are being brainwashed by the brain laundries and the government and the religions into thinking that their outer ego has got to defend itself. You're looking at me, I'm going to kill you. I'm in a gang. You're not part of me, guy. You're not part of me. I'm going to kill you. And then all of a sudden, in a fit of rage, they go and kill somebody, and it's like, shit, what have I done? It's not their fault, is it? So, it's the mind controls, it's the government's fault, and the brain laundries, which are the schools.
Yeah.
Because all fish go like this. And so my mate Callum says, well, what is the solution? I said, certainly not anything government or police say, or that idiot Sajid Javid, who guess where he was the other day? No, there's one that's the Home Secretary, and one that's the Foreign Secretary. Is that Khan? Khan's the Home Secretary, and Sajid Javid's the Foreign Secretary.
Khan's the Mayor of London.
Who's the Foreign Secretary? Oh, that's Philip Hammond. There was somebody in Saudi Arabia the other day making sure that they, in case they need any more weapons.
Yeah.
Right, because they've been testing them all on
weapons of mass deception.
You wonderful, beautiful human beings.
But you see, that's the difference, right? Here's us, and we've got a knife. And there's government, and they've got nukes and bombs and planes and ships.
Pay for those?
And ships that they can't actually man because they're short.
Oh yeah, have you heard about this? Have you heard about this? The British Armed Forces, they can't find enough people for soldiers and for the Navy and everything. I'd really like to shake hands with all those people that were deciding to join the so-called armed forces that have now decided not to join the armed forces. Somebody said this years ago, didn't they, about when men and women decide not to join the armed forces, there could actually be world peace.
Yeah, well, think about it. If the criminals in Parliament want to cause a war, but they've got no army, hey, no chance.
It's like, come on, let's go to war. We've got a blank cheque. Come on, we'll give you £40,000 each.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to join?
I tell you what, yeah, we'll join up, we'll get to war. As long as you lot lead it, you're at the front line. Yeah. No, you don't want to now. Oh, what a shock.
That's a shame. Can you imagine Cameron in Libya all those years ago? Anyway, we'd like to say thank you to all those men and women that haven't joined the armed forces to go and kill men, women and children in other parts of the world.
Of course, we democratised Libya, didn't we?
Democracy.
We
and
gave.
Now it's a hell.
They had some oil, so we gave them some democracy, and now it's become the slave trade capital of the world.
So yeah, what was this video about again? Stop being violent towards me. Who do you think you are, government or an airman or something? So knife crime. What's the solution, KaK and MAC? Everybody says. Well, the solution is to
get rid of government.
Ask children, don't teach them. Well, that'd be a good idea, yeah, get rid of government, because they're not fit for purpose, they're only fit for violence and war.
And thieving offers.
And making plenty of money for themselves.
Oh, and raping kids.
Yeah, that as well. That really is terrific, isn't it? Government really is working on this planet.
Well, if you think about it, that was been going on since before Churchill, right? The raping of kids. It's still going on now. And it's
still got to be going on now if it's been going on all this time.
And they've put a 70-year lockdown on the information because
what are you going to do about it?
But the thing,
yeah, I heard about that.
This is where they're falling down, though.
Lock down the information for how long?
Because when we rise up and end government, we're going to open all them documents and we're going to know everything the dirty bastards have been up to.
Do you realise what you're doing to others? And we know you watch our videos. You know who you are.
Dirty bastards.
Dirty bastards. Yeah, I absolutely love you for it. He doesn't. He doesn't. He can't find any love in his heart for you lot, but I can. And it's like, how come, KaK? How can you find love for for those that do that, you've got to answer to these crimes. Are they despicable, horrific, obscenities towards people? Worse than kids knifing each other. So anyway, what's the solution, KaK and Mac? Mac and KaK, call us what you like. I think, no I don't,
I was going to say.
Stop thinking. Do you know, if you went to the brain laundries and you removed the teachers, and you asked the kids questions, to lift the veil of forgetting, say, welcome to planet Earth, kids. Now you've got to a stage where we've taught you how to read and write and you understand what we're saying, what we can question you with. We don't want to tell you anything because we realise that if you lift the veil of forgetting on your minds as young people, that you'll realise who you are in relation to all it is, all it ever was, all that.
Well, from what I've been reading and researching, it seems that we're getting to the last times that the veil will be needed. And so we won't need to teach them to read and write or arithmetic anymore because they'll already know it from previous incarnations.
You're still going to have to come with it. You're still going to have to come veiled, otherwise it'd be boring, but you can slightly lift it. So basically, what would KaK and Mac ask all children? You can't ask children anything, they don't know anything, says the teachers at the brain laundries.
You see, that's the problem though. They are still slightly connected to one's higher self, so they do know more than you think.
Yes, you are correct. So, number one, kids, do you understand no ill will? And the kids will give you the answer. No bad words. If he's your friend, and we're all brothers and sisters, and we're all actually one, why would you want to call yourself, any of yourselves, a bad word? No, that's no ill will, no harm. If I've got, this is my friend, we're friends.
Knife.
Right? If I've got a knife, which is a radio head, well, it can be a knife if you like, but we don't carry knives. We don't. You only need knives to
eat your food.
Eat my food. Cut my tomatoes up. Right, so you've got no ill will, no harm. Right, we're friends, and everybody else, we're all brothers and sisters. Right, I've got a knife, and you're looking at me. I'm going to stab you. I'm going to kill you.
He's talking to you.
Oh dear, I've made the government even more money to put me in one of their prisons.
Private prisons.
So the kids will give you the answer to the second one. I've got a gun. I'm going to shoot him. It's like, well, why do you want to kill your friend or your brother and sister? If we're all one, why would you want to kill me or anybody else? So no killing. No bad words, no killing. The kids will give you these answers. And the third one, no ill will, no harm, no loss. He's got a mobile phone. Right, if I steal it off him, and the kids, we've done this before, and the teachers have gone crazy, because the kids are going, well, he won't be able to call his wife, you won't be able to text him, and you won't be able to call him if you want to have a chat in the evening or meet up.
I won't be able to dial 911 in case I ever need... No, I wouldn't do that anyway.
Absolutely. So you've got the kids who go, no ill will, no harm, no loss, and no lying. So no ill will, no bad words, yeah? No killing, no stealing, and if we're all one, why would you steal? Why would you lie to yourselves?
Well, this is where I believe that we should go down the everything's free route.
Well, we put everything here for free, didn't we, as co-creators?
We put the oil here for us all, equally, and then somebody came along and says, that's mine.
Yeah, and the gold, that's all to do experiments with. But our so-called public servitude, our servants, have made us the slaves.
Yeah, they switched it around.
You'll get whoever is in charge of whatever USA corporation this week, and they'll go and dig all the gold up and keep it for themselves.
Well, did you heard what Theresa May's been up to recently?
Theresa May?
Yes.
That beautiful woman. Oh, she looks so sweet.
And they actually say this in the paper. She's actually bribing the Labour Party with 1.6 billion for cities and towns that might need it if they vote for her betrayal of the nation. I mean her Brexit plan, which is, of course, the betrayal of the nation.
Well, that smells nice, doesn't it? In fact, it stinks.
Well, think about it like this, right? If she's got 1.6 billion just lying around in a stack of money somewhere...
I thought there's no money for them.
Well, yeah. So,
there's plenty of money for war.
With that 1.6 billion, could we not solve the homeless problem, solve the food shortage problem? I think we probably could. But no, she's using it for bribery. Now, bribery, as far as I'm aware, is still a crime. So why isn't she being arrested? Because they work for her.
Have you seen the car, the Jaguar that drives her about?
Yeah.
It's got all flashing blue lights on it. They are a police unto themselves.
Mm.
And we're all still putting up with this crap. I think they need to be pulled over to one side and asked a few gentle questions. Yeah? Are you doing this? Do you realise who you are in relation to all others? Because the kids have given us the answers, and now they've stopped killing each other with knives and guns. They've stopped joining the armed forces. Oh, what a paradise planet. Kids, do you realise that if you do kill somebody else with a knife or whatever, that you've actually killed another version of yourself? Because we're all brothers and sisters. There's no race. I've been through the race. I've been Chinese and black in previous lives. And he's been Arabic. And it doesn't make any sense. Is he making remarks about me doing silly things like this again? We're lunatics, really. No, we're not. But we just want to say, if you ask kids questions, they'll give you the answers. Put them in charge of government.
Well, actually...
Just think about it, mate. If all of the kids would go, yeah, no bad words, no killing, no stealing, why lie to yourself? OK, kids, you're in charge of the planet. What about that?
Mm. Well,
the government would be redundant, the police would be redundant.
Couldn't do a worse job than what's being done at the moment, could they?
I think they'd do a brilliant job, because apparently all this information is your heritage. If you start asking questions like this symbol, which is living, and this dot, which is a light, they say in hieroglyphs that this means son of the sun. What a load of rubbish. This is living. It operates on the 4 elements. It can walk on the ground, it can swim in the water, it can fly in the air. And the other one's light. So you get all 4 elements, don't you?
Yeah. While we're talking about government and how they do things,
yeah,
we could put an untrained monkey into Parliament and it would do a better job than what's going on at the moment. An untrained monkey.
It certainly gets through Brexit quicker.